And today I am giving thanks to all my Pleiadian ancestors and all of my Pleiadian great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandchildren and all of my current Pleiadian guides. I am here to do your work, and I thank you for your continued energetic support. Greetings, dear souls. I am Crispy. I am another you. You are another me. We are one Godshiousness. And welcome to episode 2. Also chapter 2. I am not going to repeat anything I said in any other video in this series, including the only other one in this series that I have made so far. But I think it's cool that you should know the names of the chapters of this book, the first Pleiadian channeled book, to the best of my knowledge. Last episode was Chapter 1, Ambassadors Through Time. Chapter 2, On Prime Creator's Journey. Chapter 3, Who Your Gods Are. Chapter 4, Memories in the Free Will Zone. 5, Who Carries the Cord of Light? CHORD. 6, Unlocking the History. 7, Multidimensional Merge. 8, Outside the Ultimate Tyranny. Oh, I can't wait for that chapter. 9, Profound New Boundaries. 10, A New Paradigm of Light. 11, The Name of the Game. 12, It's an Awesome Task to Carry Light, Dude. DOOD. That's my edition. 13, Whose Purpose Are You? What? This is crazy. 14, Emotions. The Secret in the Chronicles of Time. I can't wait for that chapter. 15, Earth's Initiation Through Integrity. 16, Heretics Ahead of Time. Ooh. 17, The Language of Light. What? That only became popular recently, and this book is 32 years old. 18, Symphonies of Consciousness. 19, Igniting the Internal Flame, followed by 20, Sexuality, a Bridge to Higher Levels of Consciousness. 21, Your Commitment to Evolve in 3D, and 22, The Galactic Tidal Wave of Light. Now, this will not take me a further 21 episodes. I'm going to start compiling or compressing more than one chapter into each episode, but for today, we will stick with chapter 2 only. So, as before, I will be reading and supplementing in and through, as well as adding my own information. On Prime Creator's Journey. Humanity is an experiment. You could also say game. Humanity is a game that is pretending it is an experiment. Humanity has been designed, as has just about everything else that exists within creation. What are the things that have not been designed? Prime Creator began experimenting with creation a long time ago in this universe for the purpose of greater self-exploration, self-gratification, and self-expression. Express yourself. Prime Creator brought energies and essences of life, extensions of itself. Extensions of itself into this universe, and endowed those extensions with the gifts that it had. It gave willingly and freely of its capabilities. I like how they're saying the prime creator is an it, not a he, nor a she, nor a he-she, but an it, because it is creativity itself. There are many other universes and many other ways of designing universes. This particular one was designed as a free will zone in which all would be allowed. And aren't we happy for that? Can you imagine if some things were not allowed? Maybe there are some universes where no bad guys are allowed. Must be so boring there. Just angels on a cloud singing the same songs over and over. They're not even allowed to use minor chords. That's what that universe is like. That's fine. I mean, I might enjoy a lifetime or two there once in a while as a break from this one. Sure, that's fine. That's cool. Because in this universe, which is a free will universe, everything imaginable is allowed. Did I mention I live in Hiroshima? Think about it. Prime Creator said to these extensions of itself, "Go out and create and bring all things back to me." Prime Creatorix. See there, I'm adding the feminine gender to the male-ish gender of creator. Creatrix is only feminine. Creatorix is both. Prime Creatorix is what I shall use here forthwith, from here on forthwith in. Prime Creatorix said to these extensions of itself, "Go out and create and bring all things back to me." That means bring all information, bring all vibrations, bring all experiences, bring all emotions back to me. That's what we're doing here, folks. These extensions of Prime Creator, which we will call Creator Gods, went out and began to experiment with Prime Creator's energy as it existed within themselves. Eventually, in one of the galactic systems, not a whole universe, just a puny little galactic system, a plan came together to design Earth as an intergalactic exchange center of information. What a good idea. Some of the creator gods were master geneticists. I certainly hope so. Can you imagine if there were creator gods who were not master geneticists? Like they didn't know what the fork they were doing? I'm sure glad that didn't happen here in our universe. I mean, galaxy. Many civilizations gave of their DNA to have representation of their coding upon planet Earth. That's why we have so many races here. At least 5 root races. We must agree. The original planners of Earth were members of the family of light. Yes! Beings who worked for and were associated with an aspect of consciousness called light. Light is information, and light is love. Lack of information is darkness and fear. That's why the fear, the darkness, the dork farces, the farces of dorkness always lie, withhold information, twist information, and generate as much fear as they possibly can. Even confusion. Confusion is fear. Doubt is fear, okay? Anger is fear. Anger and rage are the same thing as fear and terror, just the other side of it. Terror is powerless fear. Rage is empowered fear. Rampage. Goanna. Terror is sitting down and being immobilized with fear. Going on a rampage, or even just a rant on social media is fear. All right? Next. Outside the structure of time, 100,000 years can pass by in what may be a year within the structure of time as you know it. These creator gods did not exist in time as you know it. A few 100,000 years, or 1,000,000 years to them, was nothing. There were species of humans on Earth about 500,000 years ago who developed very highly evolved civilizations. 500,000 years ago, there were humans on Earth who developed very highly advanced spiritual civilizations. We have been fooled to believe that technology is the symbol of advanced civilizations. One of the things I'm kind of hoping for is a very large CME that completely destroys the internet. Next. We are not speaking about the civilizations that you call Lemuria or Atlantis. To us, those civilizations are modern. Let's say they're 15,000 years old. The Pleiadians are talking about civilizations of humans that were on Earth 500,000 years ago, which was still 65 million years after the big asteroid wiped out 99% of the dinosaurs, okay? So really that's like a... The project of the Living Library on Earth was eventually fought over, and I mentioned this in last episode. So I'm not going to go into that, except that there were wars in space and skirmishes took place for ownership of the planet, and it was claimed by the reptilians approximately 300,000 years ago, bringing in duality, meaning separation, the illusion of separation. Consciousness communicates continuously. Consciousness vibrates and can be led to vibrate at certain electromagnetic frequencies. Consciousness can be enticed to vibrate at certain electromagnetic frequencies. There, I just didn't look at that. Ooh, all the little hairs are standing up. Yes, even when you merely think about these things, the energy flows through the body, which the Maya call koyopa, by the way, similar to kundalini, but it's a whole body energetic rush, often accompanied by flashes of information. Prime Creator sends out others to create an electromagnetic frequency of consciousness as a food source for itself. Ooh, interesting. The new dork farces called the Lizzies, or reptilians, the new owners, the new farces of dorkness reptilian owners of this planet had a different appetite and a different preference for vibration than the former owners. They, the reptilians, nourish, present tense, themselves with chaos and fear. Yum, yum. Chaos and fear fed them, stimulated them, and kept them in power. This idea was brought forward most clearly in 1999 with the movie called The Matrix. And they even fiddly-jigged the message to keep themselves further in power, and then made sequels and sequels to keep the fear going farther and deeper. That's one of their tricks of the dork farces, the false light. The original human was a magnificent being whose 12 strands of DNA were contributed by a variety of sentient civilizations. When the new dork farces reptilian owners came in, they worked in their laboratories and created versions of humans with a different DNA, the 2-stranded double helix DNA. They took the original DNA of the human species and disassembled it. The original DNA pattern was left within the human cells, yet it was not functional. It was split apart, unplugged. This is a myth that, in 1992, was true. Now it has been updated. Yes, the other 10 strands are still within our DNA. They are being reassembled, rehooked up, if you will, on a spiritual level that will not be measurable with microscopes in laboratories. We are doing this ourselves, as was the plan all along. We volunteered for this. It was not done to us, like little victims. The bad guys came and unplugged my toy. Wah! Now I'm just a lowly human with only my 2 strands and 98% of junk DNA. Scientists, yes, humans have 98% junk DNA. Because what else would it be for? I don't know. Looking at you, look at all that junk. who funds the scientists' research. There is no problem with your DNA. It is perfect. Humans have been able to reach higher states of consciousness all along. We have not been handicapped at all. We are in an incredible earth suit that is gaining in vibrational energy, as was part of the plan all along. Anything that was unnecessary for survival and that would keep you informed was unplugged, leaving you with only a double helix that would lock you into controllable, operable frequencies. What this means is, with stories like those that came through the toxic male reptilian, Abrahamic, Judeo, Roman, Romulan, Catholic, Christian, Muslim, Islam religions. Those beliefs unplugged our DNA. That is all. When you transcend the false concept that we are separate from God, and God is an angry, judging old man with a very old beard. You can't even imagine how old his beard is. And he's so angry. There's little angry birds fighting in his angry beard. Seriously? Okay, sure. I'll buy that. Because everyone else does. Must be true, right? Yes. Okay. I'll go to church and I'll sing the songs and I'll pray and I'll put my money in there, and if I don't, they're going to kill me anyway. Worked for a couple thousand years. It was supposed to. Doody-doody-doo. We, as Pleiadians, come back through time into what would perhaps be called our past. Why the word perhaps? Interesting. Well, if you are a culture that can go back in time, is it really your past if you go back in time and you are there at that time? Are you in your past or are you in your now? We came back in order to share a frequency with you, a frequency that each one of you has agreed to carry on this planet in order to change the DNA of the rearranged human race. The original planners are not about to lose the territory. Don't worry, dear souls. You have not been abandoned to the bad guys. Boo-hoo-hoo. The original planners began to call on the family of light to go in and infiltrate the dark forces. No, the dork farces. Yes, yes. The farces of darkness. Okay? To infiltrate the false light project. To incarnate one by one. The family of light has been incarnating one by one. And for us to bring the light, the family of light began its work here, coming into a system that was devoid of light and devoid of information. I think that is only true of certain places on Earth. There were other places and times on earth that the light was very bright. It is a very disempowering myth to say that the whole planet was shrouded in darkness and terror, because that's not true. It never happened. Certainly some places were darkly terrible, and as I keep saying, that was completely necessary. Part of the plan, no problem. And what we need to understand from all of the Pleiadian information compiled together is that there is no such thing as evil. It does not exist as a thing. The only thing that exists is energy. Energy is neither good nor bad. Energy is neither evil nor, what's the opposite of evil? Awesome. All right? Energy is completely neutral. All right? We label things and say, this is a table, that is a cat, and that right there is an evil dog because it bit me. Yes, biting happens. This is a free will universe. Certain things can bite other things, and many other uses of energy and force can happen. But nothing is evil, okay? Next, where was I? There are those who have already received the realignment of their 12 strands of DNA. Yay! Some people never got unhooked. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. The connection of the 12 strands. Oops, that should say the reconnection of the 12 strands means that the 12 energy or information centers can begin to function and send information back and forth to one another. Key word, information centers, energy centers, energy processing centers, the 12 of them. Next paragraph. Traditionally, 7 of these centers are located in the body. The top one is about halfway in the body and halfway out, called the crown. Energy processing center. You can call them chakras if you want. Or, like Gary Zukov, you can call them energy centers, because he felt that chakras was culturally loaded, as it were. And I am only assuming here. So maybe I'm making an ass out of myself, but why else would a person not say the word chakras in all of his books? That's fine. He didn't want to use the word chakras. That's fine. I don't mind. Energy centers. All right? We have 7. The root. All right, my friend? Think about it. The root is right at your root of your spine. That's where your root chakra is. the crown, which has been called a lotus flower, points upward, all right? It faces upward. It just barely goes inside. It's hard to get that high one. Isn't that cool? Your lotus flower. You should do that with this hand. Your lotus flower is pointing up, and it goes in, and it goes down to your root. It's one thing, all right? They're not separate. They are all connected. Additionally, you cannot possibly have a blocked chakra. Impossible. False information. False light. And all those people are saying, oh, just pay me $1,000 and I'll unblock your chakras. If they offer to do it for free, fine, because it's fake anyway. You can't possibly have a blocked chakra. Okay? They can be spinning slowly, but if one of them were blocked or stopped spinning, you'd be dead. Dead. Super fucking dead. Oh, I'm fucking dead. Oh. Okay? So get that through your noggin. All right? The chakras, traditionally, the 7 are in the body. Don't you find it fascinating that there are 3 lower and 3 upper? And what's in the middle? Your heart. The 4th chakra. Your heart is the center of the universe. And don't you find it comforting and fascinating that the 4th chakra is green? The rainbow, such a lovely display of the chakras and vibration, energy processing centers. Where was I? Traditionally, 7 of these centers are located in the body and 5 are located outside the body. Okay, we all know about the 7, so you don't need to say the 8th is about as far above your head as you can put your arm. You could say it's the 8th if you want, doesn't really matter. The 9th is about that exact same distance beneath your feet, going into the earth. Then we've got 10, 11, 12. Where the heck are they? I thought you'd never ask. As your 10th, 11th, and 12th chakras begin to open themselves. Oh, I like that terminology. Many off-planet energies will appear in your lives. Aliens, perhaps? Pleiadians, perhaps? These energies will occur on this planet. These energies will occur on this planet as more and more of you hold the higher frequencies. As more and more people begin operating from a ground floor level of the heart chakra, thus raising the ground floor level of vibration, we will have more and more visitations from more and more extraterrestrial beings. The 10th chakra, ooh, here comes a good part. The 10th chakra connects with the solar system. All right, so we got the 7, you could say 8th, is right here. 9th is right there. 10th connects with the solar system. Okay, our sun. You can just say the sun, all right? Just put your 10th chakra in the center of the sun because that's where it is. The 11th chakra connects with the galaxy. That means the Milky Way. That's where we are right now, okay? You think you're on Earth, but actually you're in the Milky Way galaxy. It's a nice word for it. I mean, it probably has a lot of other names depending on where you are. Everything is different depending on where you are. And the 12th with a place in the universe. What the hell does that mean? The 12th chakra connects you with a place in the universe. That is so non-descriptive. Oh well, that's fine. Personally, I don't think we really need to worry about 10, 11, and 12. You can focus on 8 if you wish. I find just the 7 to be plenty to handle. And let me get through this chapter. We're almost done, and then I'll explain a little bit more. Oh, I'll soul-splain a little bit more. Please, take it. It's yours. Soul-splain. You can have a hyphen and a little, whatever you call it, apostrophe. Soul-apostrophe splain. You will begin to understand that you create your experiences. And you will learn to become conscious creators. Intentional, one might say. More than that, you will become conscious rememberers of who you are. Do you know that you are Godciousness yet? Hello? Is anybody home? You are a holy hologram of Godciousness. You are a sacred fractal of Godciousness. You are a divine spark of Godciousness. There's no other possible way that you could exist. Furthermore, you can never die. Oh, sure, this silly little body will stop breathing at some point. But you, the you who you really are, the holy hologram, sacred spark, divine, will never die. Can't. You exist, therefore. You have always existed. Oh my Godciousness. You can never die, and therefore you were never actually born. You put your consciousness into this body, and we forgot. That's part of the fun. Imagine if you remembered all of your past lives and every single lesson that you needed to learn before you came into this body. Can you imagine how boring life would be, or how frustrating? Because you still had this body and those people and your parents. Can you imagine if you knew every secret of the whole omniverse and you had to deal with Joey over there and Betty over there? Oh my God. Right? We had to forget. Now, where was I? Okay, conscious rememberers. Now, as more of us raise our energies, we will be contacted, and we will be contacting people from off-planet locations and vibrations, dimensions, if you will, okay? This will create a certain amount of chaos and disorder. There will be much confusion. As members of the family of light, you can simply observe this, knowing that chaos and confusion must come to break down the system so that it can be rebuilt with love and light. As members of the family of light, you can understand that there is an evolutionary process taking place, and that those who can handle the changing frequencies, by all means, will evolve. So what the Pleiadians have been telling us for, let's just say 32 years, but it's really quite a bit more than that, is that those who can raise their own vibration to at least the ground floor level of love, unconditional love, will evolve. Those who can't will evolve at a different time when they can raise their chakra level to love. Anything less than love, you don't evolve. And that's fine. It's not a judgment call. There's no bonus points except for being in love. And there's no negativity for not evolving. There's no punishment except for feeling that you're being punished. Okay? The flip side of there being no such thing as evil means that our reptilian overlords are not evil. And that also means there are no victims. Never have been, never were, never will be. Did I mention I live in Hiroshima? You can also compare that to Auschwitz. There were no victims. Humanity is an experiment, an energy experiment. That is all. Go out, create, bring all things back to me. Now, the chakras are real. They are energy processing centers. Energy is vibration. Vibration is information. Here is how you can incorporate them into your life on a day-to-day basis. As long as you are following the divine Mayan Tzolk'in calendar, you can very easily incorporate the chakras into your daily life. This came to me as a vision, and I do believe that it is 100% true. Additionally, I have been able to feel into the glyphs. I can tell you what each individual glyph has as their primary chakra vibrations. Of course we have all 7, every single one of us. And that's why following on a day-to-day basis means in just those first 7 days of every pulse wave, you will intimately be aware of all 7 chakras. On day 13, you can vibrate with all 7 chakras. Every single day you can vibrate with all 7 chakras. I do suggest that you do. Here is a meditation that will help you. Now, please take a look at this chart, screenshot it, and or email me, and I will give it to you for free. Because this is where we are at, my friends. The Divine Mayan Tzolk'in calendar is Pleiadian. It is here to help you raise your vibration. There is only one Divine Mayan Tzolk'in calendar. There is not a modern version called the Dream Spell that is completely fake. It is the false light. It is the force of darkness. No, it is the farce of dorkness. It is the dork farces playing around, and it's not evil. It's just fake. It's like Diet Coke. Or 0-calorie pizza. All right? Seriously. Okay? Seriously. This is about transcending the ego. The dork spell is ego. It is lies, misinformation. It is war memes. It is misdirection. Okay? So, come back to the center. Come back to the truth. Come back to the light. You are perfect. You are sacred. You are holy. You are divine. You are the family of light. Een Lak'esh, Namaste.